And we're back with our Indie Mix live stream here. We've gone through 4 games. We're on to our 5th game of this live stream. I'm showing off Project Witchstone with Malik here. Thanks so much for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah. What caught my eye about Project Witchstone was that this seems like a very rich, deep, full RPG experience. Almost calling back to Divinity Original Sin 2 because that's kind of like the last RPG of this style that I kind of dug deeply into. So that's what caught my eye about this. So could you actually run me through Project Witchstone a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So, well, I'll start the intro.
Oh, sure.
So then you can play afterward. So yeah, there is an element of Divinity in the sense that it's, in my opinion, it's a great RPG and one that kind of brought something new to the genre. Didn't go simply, let's make a classic one, but let's make something modern out of that genre. And that's kind of the same spirit that we run with, which is, okay, these games start from the pen and paper RPG, and then we try to create that experience in a game form.
Yeah.
And starting from there, that's where we got with Project Witchstone, where our idea is to get that sense of freedom that you get in the pen and paper RPG, that sense of, okay, everything is possible, I can play any character I want, and it's like very dynamic and alive. So our approach with this game is that we built it's a sandbox living world RPG, I guess that's how we like to call it, because it's not like we created a world, a context and all that for the game to happen in, but we didn't predefine a narrative, a story, or an adventure for the player. All that is run by AI systems. Basically, it's like, I guess you could say it's like the sandbox aspect of a game like Red Dead Redemption, but with the RPG aspect of like Baldur's Gate or Divinity. So it's really that mix up. So what we wanted to do is like, okay, let's give the player that feeling of freedom. Here's a setting, here's a situation. It's a world that's, it's a continent in this world that just went out of a revolution that basically, it's like an Australia of this world that kind of kicked out the empires and said, okay, we're independent, except they don't really have a central government. It's basically a bunch of factions that united. And then you show up there and everything is possible. What will you do there?
So it's like how you navigate through the different factions in this undefined world in a sense.
Exactly. So you have a huge possible impact that you can have in this world. Will you try to unify them? Will you try to kind of just get rich and manipulate everyone? Everything is possible, basically.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to see it in action. So
yeah, let's take a look at a couple things.
Yeah.
So that's the main character, which doesn't have a name because it's. So we have the classic stuff. So here, just to start the demo. By the way, this is the first time I'm showing this to anyone.
Oh, really?
It's a world premiere.
Oh, okay. Hey, GameSpot exclusive right here, baby.
So even I never demoed this to anyone. You're the first guy.
Wow. And we're live streaming it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no pressure at all.
Hey, man, it's all good. It's all good.
Hopefully it goes well. So here we see an example of, this is entirely systemic. In many games, this would be a scripted event, something that was predetermined. But in our game, actually, this town we set it up with a predetermined conflict. Like, okay, these factions are trying to get a hold on a mine that's nearby that has some resources that both want. So they're actually in conflict in this area and share the land. You'll see that there's barricades and stuff. And because it's in conflict, and this guy, which is the sheriff, actually decided not to intervene. He's sort of, yep, not my problem. So the soldiers basically start harassing people and
and then you essentially have a say in how it plays out.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll be a nice guy. I could attack them.
I don't know. I would. Oh, this is a die roll.
You would just kill them? Okay.
I mean, like.
See, well, it failed. So after all, we're gonna kill them.
Are you gonna be able to survive? Are you strong enough to handle this? Okay, cool.
Don't worry.
So I'll make sure I don't want to get you into these sticky situations.
So I have some. All right. So there's Magitech technology in this game. I have some real-time reactions as well.
I see.
Even in the turn-based aspect.
Okay.
I'm more powerful than this guy.
Oh, okay. So
I have a pistol too with this guy. Oh, I missed. It's okay, dual wield.
Yeah. So it's a very distinctly turn-based.
Yeah. The combat is turn-based with elements of real-time reactions.
So kind of talk to me about like that real-time element there, because like right here.
Yeah, like this. So because this character is a fighter type of character, also a rogue, anyways, he's like multi-class.
Okay.
But he gets some abilities that consume sort of resources. If he was a mage, it might have been mana or whatever. Different classes have different types of these abilities. And there are trigger points for these. For example, this guy, when he successfully hits someone in melee, he can chain a kick with it and knock down the enemy. Or if someone misses an attack against him, he can counter-attack. So he has a bunch of tools like that because of his class. Have other abilities to do even more attacks.
Okay.
So see, in this case, I'll try to kick him.
Is there any downside to engaging with those attack modifiers as they show up? Is there
Well,
like
it's a resource, so if you waste them all, at some point you'll run out. So.
I was like, I don't know if that's tied to a die roll or anything like that.
You can miss. That's a fireball from this guy, but
you can control your party each distinctly.
Exactly, you have full control during combat.
Okay.
Outside of combat, it's
yeah.
Another dagger.
Okay.
There. Last one.
Okay, get your fireball on him. Yeah, there you go.
No!
Oh, missed.
It's okay, I have a gun.
Jeez.
There.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it doesn't feel too good about that. That's fine.
I mean, I can get behind this. I mean, if there's a faction messing with the people, messing with the normal people, I'm gonna take them out. Like, to be honest, I'm gonna smash the state. So, if you give me that opportunity, man, I'll run with it.
There might be consequences, though. I just murdered a couple guys in the middle. I don't know.
They were kind of asking for it.
He's the only witness, and I guess. Well, what's my goal here? You decide. You're role playing.
All right. So I'll play the role, and then you'll play it out. Okay. Yeah. Let's make some money because I want some money.
All right.
I'm broke.
There may be opportunities. So. Obviously, we could join one of the factions. Maybe the red ones will be ambivalent, but you know, we never know.
So the Unbound and Ashcross Station, those are two factions?
Yeah, so the Unbounds are like former political prisoner that became a sort of mercenary group.
Okay.
They're really good at combat, but they're not very refined. Ashcross Station was former mages and scientists were researching this area, and then they kind of built their own group.
Science and technology.
Yeah, they have some Magitech stuff. They're the ones who designed the guns in the game and a bunch of other things.
Oh, that could be dangerous.
Yeah, so they're here because there's a mine nearby with some cool resources, and they also found artifacts, mysterious artifacts, and they really love it. Okay. Except the other guys were here before, so like that's kind of ours. So.
Oh, okay, so they're like stealing other people's work.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. Currently, they're in a Cold War. They don't really go, open conflict. We can force that to happen, if you want. If that's how you want to play it, we can murder someone, plant evidence.
Only if they have it coming. Like, if there's like people going rogue, if they're messing with the townsfolk, if they're trying to seize power, like I'm gonna take them down. But unless if you're minding your own business.
Yeah, these guys, the Unbound, were messing with the people. So.
Okay.
And it's actually pretty bad for the population here because they're kind of held hostage.
Okay.
Like, well, can you leave us in peace?
All right, then I'm not joining them.
Okay, so maybe the other guys.
So the Unbound doesn't sound like a faction I would line up with. Not about that life. So
okay.
I'm a man of the people. That's what I want to be. I want to be a man of the people.
All right, so we'll help out the people.
Okay. Cool. So I imagine, to take it back a step, quests that you're given will depend on what you say to other people. Quest givers, like, you can tell them that like I don't want to mess with that faction, so it'll lead to a different type of quest. So a lot of RPG things you would expect from this style of RPG.
A lot of the quests are actually not pre-generated. They really depend on the AI of the characters.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, the factions have their own agendas. These guys just want, to keep the land. The others kind of want the resources, so eventually they might end up fighting.
Okay.
And the quest they give you is based on their agenda. So if I go talk to them, let's talk to the other guys. I got a quest from the sheriff to go grab some tech from them because he's really curious about their new technology.
All right.
Which is fair enough. Well, let's go see them. It's the other end of the village, but
cool.
Yeah.
In terms of like your character in role playing, is there like speech checks? There's charisma checks. Is there like meters that measure like your alignment with certain factions? Like, how does that play into it?
We try to track almost everything you do as much as possible. Ideally, that's our goal. So every character has an appreciation of you. For example, they track what you do. Right now, the only thing I did so far was murder a bunch of soldiers from the other faction, which no one noticed. There was no witness.
Except for the sheriff who's just chilling.
Yeah, but he will not get involved in that stuff.
Oh, damn.
Let's talk to
Sounds like a corrupt cop to me.
Well, he has a good sense of preservation. Let's just say it that way.
Okay.
He is quite corrupt. You can bribe him and he'll turn the other eye. If you want to mess things up and
it sounds
commit
well.
crimes.
Just judging from that, it sounds like there's a lot of variation.
Oh yeah.
A lot of branching.
It's more than branching. It's free.
Yeah, it's like reactive to everything else.
Exactly. So it builds the story based on what you do, not what we decide that should happen.
Okay.
As much as possible. So there's a lot of things possible. So, okay, let's take a job from these guys. They want something that someone has.
Okay. So, that's an Ashcross lieutenant. So, we want to be on their good side because they're the ones who mess with science and technology. So.
Yeah. So we could steal their stuff, but okay, let's not get into that. They don't like the. They don't seem not necessarily as. They're
hostile?
Not good. Well, they were still messing with the peasant, but I guess he shouldn't have gone into their base. That's not a good idea.
Oh, man. I could spend a lot of time instilling justice across the land, I suppose. I don't know.
All right, let me do something kind of evil or weird. I want to show you a system.
Sure, yeah, I'm all about that.
Okay, I don't feel like taking the doors anymore. That's the blacksmith. Yeah, you can sneak around and stuff, like I'll show you. So this is sneak mode, so if I want, I could assassinate the blacksmith. But let's talk to him.
It sounds like there's like there's a lot of, it's very dynamic.
Oh yeah. So his idiot son is lost in a mine. We could go there if you want, explore the mine and the underground that the Ashcross want. Mm-hmm. And spoiler, there's a really powerful artifact down there.
Okay.
That can allow you to explode the town, like obliviate it. If you want, that's what we can do. We can just obliviate everything.
We got about like 10 minutes. I don't know if you can do that within the 10-minute time span.
I can try.
All right. Like, it's not what I would do.
Yeah.
But let's see how far we can take this game.
All right.
Yeah.
So hold on, I'll just mess with this guy. Like I said, it's very free, so we can even have like custom dialogue with NPCs. There's these things that are like the standard, but now let's say I want to persuade him to attack.
Wow, you can have a lot of influence.
Yeah, all right, let's do that. Let's see. Hopefully
then it's tied to die. No, that's not happening.
Did it fail? Oh no, he likes me
because... You rolled a
because
3.
Yeah, I'm okay. Hint: my character is pretty OP for this demo.
Okay, all right. It's like if I roll a 3, I ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, I guess he'll go eventually, but let's not waste time and go to the dungeon.
All right, sure.
Anyway, he asked me to save his son that decided to go on his own to explore the dungeon. He's a wannabe adventurer. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll save him if we can, right?
Okay.
We'll still try to do good along the way.
Sure. It's not gonna counterbalance the terrible deeds that you were about to do, but
no one knows about yet.
Oh, geez, that is sinister. Yeah, and then so whenever it comes to these kinds of games, like I play a lot of these single player RPGs that I absolutely love. Like Knights of the Old Republic is one of my favorite games of all time.
It's an awesome game. Me too.
Yeah,
it's some Magitech from the.
It's from the Jedi. It's like some parallels there. Yeah, and then one of my favorite things is just feeling like I am having influence over that world, but to create a game in which the player feels like they do have influence, like how hard that must be really difficult to build out a world that makes sense in that regard.
It's extremely difficult. Yeah. Fortunately, it's not we didn't get in there out of nowhere. We did 2 games previously, Stories: The Path of Destinies and Omen Sight, where we researched that and did a form of that. Mm-hmm. We used time loops and alternate timelines to create games where you really had an impact with your decisions. And in this one, we said, okay, let's really push that to the next level. We feel we're ready. We messed around with that. And it's tricky because it's a bunch of AIs and systems that we need to make reactive and not break each other, because everything talk to each other. So it's a lot of fine tuning. Like this guy needs to react that way, but he shouldn't go that far because then it will break the world, or it's really delicate to balance. But once everything works well, it's like this, this living thing that lives on its own basically. Okay, so here's an event where I guess what's going on? They're being attacked. Do we help them or we rush getting
this is
the
like
bomb?
one of these random instances while they're traveling. Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna try to intimidate.
Yeah, intimidate the bandits.
Last time it failed, but let's see.
17.
This should be good.
That should work. Success.
Yeah. Okay.
No bandits in here. Get them out of here.
All right. We could have fought them. Or we could have attacked the merchant and steal the merchandise for ourselves,
I'm not about that life.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
So yeah, we're about to go, I guess, into a dungeon.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah, the first part is a mine, so it's a restricted area. They don't want us here, so let's try to sneak around.
Okay. Cool.
I know the layout for some reason.
I
swear.
I hope you do.
It's weird that I know the layout, but well, I'm gonna re-equip myself with the great sword.
Listen, the environmental art, I think, is really striking to me right now. It's very lush. It's almost like
thanks.
Yeah, it's. I wouldn't say it's not. Oh well, you. Jeez.
I was looking at the art. Obviously, they mind the.
Yeah, it's got a very. I wouldn't say cartoony, but it's like.
It's
I don't know how to describe it.
It's detailed painting, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
That's the style our director goes for. He has a bag. Oh no, he saw me. Oh. No, bye.
Peace.
All right.
Oh
no, I misclicked. Sorry.
It's all good.
No. Bye.
There we go.
Okay. All right. I guess they won't chase us down here. So now we're in the mine section. And they put traps. There's a reason why, because there's monsters downstairs. So that's why the mine has been abandoned at this point. But I know I need a key because I know the game, so I'll go straight after it.
Yeah, I mean...
Obviously now I'm going a bit hostile against the Ash Cross, which we said previously we'd be friendly with. But probably what I should have done is steal some stuff from the other faction, and as I kill them, plant evidence.
Oh, so you can do that?
Oh, yeah. So then we could have raided the entire area, make sure there's no witness, and blame the other guys, and steal the bomb and whatever.
That is... All right.
So, hold on, I'll assassinate this guy. With a great sword, nothing, no less.
Hey, you just assassinated my homie.
I guess they didn't appreciate that. All right, let's...
I wouldn't. But damn, you're doing a lot of... Yeah, that great sword is laying waste to these fools.
Yeah.
Do you still have your party member, or...?
Oh yeah, I kind of left him.
Oh no.
Die. Well, all right, no.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, there was the narrator that just informed me that there's the key, some nice weapons here.
Okay.
Oh, tempered greatsword. I want a better greatsword. Where is it? No, see, that's stolen. It belongs to someone, and that's how I can...
Oh, that's how you can plant evidence?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know who's... Oh, it's their leader, okay.
Oh,
so technically now I could attack the other faction and start dropping their belongings.
Damn, that is mischievous.
Oh yeah, that's evil. Another thing I could have done, which obviously we didn't totally go that route, is try to go a diplomatic way with them and set up a meeting with both. Or do it Red Wedding style, set up the meeting, then murder them all when they're...
Jeez, man. That is...
That's, it's my favorite option. Hey, what's up? I want to go in.
Oh, yeah, they're not attacking you?
No.
Oh, just the regular old mine guard.
Yeah. He kind of doesn't... What he's going to tell me is they locked this area because it's dangerous. And I said, hey, I got the key. And he said, you're crazy.
Oh, jeez.
And he just ran away.
Oh, no.
Is it this way? No. I could loot, obviously. There's plenty of cool
Yeah.
loot all over the place, but
Yeah. Just to let you know, we do have about like 4 minutes
All right.
left, so I don't know if.
we'll try to make it.
Okay.
All right, I'll ignore this guy. He's the son of the blacksmith. So should go down here.
Okay.
If you need
There you go.
I'm really not sure we're gonna make it because there's
Yeah. There's like another level to the
Yeah.
dungeon. Okay. It's in terms of like dungeon design, it's like the caves and the caverns. It's kind of like, is it procedurally generated, or are these all kind of hand designed?
Yeah, it's hand designed. We don't really need procedural generation. That's what it's a debate we had. Like, should we go with procedural generation? And ultimately, we figured, you know, it's better to have these more handcrafted experiences that are narratively meaningful. It's preferable to us. That's how we felt about this. Because, you know, we can generate a lot of environments without needing to go procedural. And the systems that make this world alive will anyway create sort of variations. Because that, for example, at the top of the mine, there were Ashcross members like blocking this area. But they didn't have to be there. It's because they're attacking this region and took over. But it could have been something else happening. So in itself, that already creates a lot of differences. In the full game, this is just a demo, by the way, that's super early, actually. It's only a couple months old. That's why we like to write here, pre-production demo. This
is the first time you're playing in front of an audience.
And finger crossed, nothing has bugged yet.
That doesn't seem like it. So.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Yeah. All right, I'm almost there.
Oh, man.
Hopefully, where's the exit? There it is. Okay. No, he saw me.
Oh, snap.
Just bash him. I'm just murdering everyone with my great sword.
I mean, these are like what? Like nasty spiders, so
yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't want to...
No one cares if they live or die.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure it matters to the ecosystem, but...
Yeah, no. Right now we're in a hurry to blow up an entire town.
Oh,
so
jeez, it's so savage, man. It wasn't me. I didn't... It wasn't my idea, so...
Yeah, it was your idea. All right. It's a very simple puzzle, just to show that puzzles exist.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I was going to ask, multiplayer co-op, is there any of that in the plans?
Yeah, it's in the plans. We'd love to have that because it's a game that would...
really lend itself to
exactly, because, you know,
experience.
it's like the social aspect of role-playing games would be awesome. And especially with this game where it's freedom. No, I'll try to outrun him. Damn it. The dragon found me. I'll try to run away. Let's see if that works.
Oh, damn.
I think I can kill him. All right. But if I try to kill him...
Oh, man. Yeah,
we might
we're
run out of time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the last minute here.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, man. No, it's all good. You can have the battle play out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else that you wanted to point out from our small demo here, or from our conversation that folks out there should probably know about Project Witchstone?
No, well, we'll be at PAX East, I guess, in 2 weeks or so.
Right, yeah.
So people will be able to play it and try different things that we didn't have time to try here, get all the way and blow up the town, actually, or try to negotiate. There's so many possibilities, so we barely saw the surface here, so...
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. From all of the dynamic systems that you showed, it's hard, too, because I went to go play the demo for Pathfinder Kingmaker, which came out last year.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those, it's an art, like one of those table or D&D RPGs.
Yeah.
So many systems that you want to engage with. It's hard to show it all. It's hard to try and understand and engage with all of that stuff. So I understand how those things can go. But yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time to actually show this game in action. So yeah, again,
that's cool.
That's Malik. You're making Project Witchstone again.
Yeah.
So if you like what you saw, be on the lookout for that. I mean, you said this is probably the first build that you've shown publicly.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's a bit of a ways off.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ask you about release date or anything like that.
A bit too soon for that.
Yeah, that's how those things go. You know, it'll be done when it's done. But yeah, if you like what you see, definitely check out Project Witchstone. Again, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, that is the 5th game we showed off in our entire live stream. We have one more for you, so stick around for that, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.